Right now at 6, all it took was one deadly pill.
We are acting in relentless pursuit of these drug dealers to hold them accountable for the harm they're causing in our community.
Tonight, the first steps toward justice in the overdose death of a Portland teenager. Also tonight, winter storm warning in the mountains, flood threat in the valleys as days of wet weather take aim at the Northwest. Plus,
I just see what a big influence Nike has on the town, so I just think that's really exciting that they're planning to stay there.
downtown on the rebound, the new moves from Nike in the Rose City showing glimmers of hope.
Good evening, everyone. We begin at 6 tonight with winter weather in the Cascades and the Gorge. Snowfall this morning, even for schools in Hood River County, and white salmon to close, while also causing some travel troubles on I-84. And while the story in some spots right now is snow, our focus will soon turn to rain, a lot of it, and with that, potentially some significant flooding. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Molko. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Matt Zaffino tracking it all for us in our first forecast. Matt?
Thanks so much, David. Yeah, the snow in the gorge from late last night and this morning has come to an end as temperatures have warmed above freezing. It'll continue to melt out there overnight tonight. We are at 50 degrees in Portland, south wind at 8, and we've actually seen the temperature go up in the last hour, and it will be much warmer overnight tonight compared to the last several nights. It's also going to get a lot wetter and a lot whiter up in the Cascades. This is live from the ODOT camera at the junction of Highway 35 and the road that goes up to the Mount Hood Meadows ski area. Yep, snow is coming down super hard there right now. Let's check out some of the Cascade Pass cameras. This is Government Camp. Temperature just below freezing. Snow in the roads, as you can see. Snow in the air as well. Santiam Pass a little bit higher, a little bit cooler, just over 30 degrees. Snow-covered roads there. And down at Willamette Pass, snowing hard and 30 degrees as well. But again, the temperatures at the pass is already close to freezing, and they will be going up during the day tomorrow a lot. So a lot of rain coming our way. System number 2, really, the second one. The first one was yesterday. Coming in tonight. The next one here comes in tomorrow night and Sunday. That one will pack a whole lot more rain. But we've already got rain closing in on us right now. So it'll be a wet night tonight. It's also going to get windy, and the rainfall totals just from this system into Sunday morning over an inch in the Portland area. We're looking at several inches in the days ahead, which is why we've got a flood watch up for the western valleys. The winter storm warning will expire tomorrow night as things begin to warm up. So heavy Cascade snow right on through tomorrow. Really treacherous driving in the mountain passes. It's going to be slippery. It's going to be very windy. The mountain snow even turns to rain, though, tomorrow night. We get the heavy rain in the valleys, and that's why we've got to watch the rivers, as the flood potential will only grow as we go into next week, David.
Yeah, a bit of a weather whiplash. Thank you, Matt. Developing this evening, a major break in the case of a Portland teenager who overdosed on a pill she thought was Oxy and which turned out to be fentanyl. Let's get right to Ashley Graham's in the newsroom. Ashley, what are you learning tonight?
David, there's been an arrest. A 20-year-old man who allegedly sold the counterfeit pills to 3 teenagers. Police say the pill he sold killed a 15-year-old girl back in September. According to federal court documents, the teen bought 2 pills for $11. Police were able to track the sale of those pills back to 20-year-old Nasser Overton. Documents show he communicated with the teens through Instagram and text messages. Investigators found photos on the suspect's phone showing blue pills stamped with M30. Police say it can be difficult to track down dealers and suppliers, but they're focused on holding these people accountable. Right now, they're investigating at least 10 other overdose cases.
What I want to make clear is that our unit and our partners have other cases pending, and we are acting in relentless pursuit of these drug dealers to hold them accountable for the harm they're causing in our community.
Unfortunately, this 15-year-old is not the only child who overdosed this year in Portland. Police say 3 survived a drug overdose and 8 other children did not. David?
Yeah, a crisis that is impacting so many. Thank you, Ashley. Let's get to your headlines this evening, starting with a new sheriff in Washington County. Caprice Massey took the oath of office at 9:30 this morning, becoming the county's 33rd sheriff. Massey says she's excited and humbled by that opportunity.
My main priorities right now are retention of our exceptional staff that are already here and recruitment to get a fully functioning jail back online and to make sure that our patrol deputies and our non-certified staff have the partnerships that they need to be safe out there.
Well, she is replacing Pat Garrett, who retired after 12 years in that role. Massey is the first female sheriff to serve the county. Washington and Oregon are among 21 states now suing to block an Idaho law aimed at transgender students. It bans them from using bathrooms that align with their gender identity. Under the law, schools could be sued for thousands of dollars for violating it. The lawsuit argues this is a violation of civil rights protections. The Washington and New York AGs are leading the states that are suing. Some female athletes at the University of Oregon are suing the school over alleged Title IX violations. They accuse the university of, quote, depriving women of equal treatment and benefits. The athletes are part of the beach volleyball team and club rowing teams. The lawsuit alleges issues like lack of financial support and opportunities to play compared to male athletes.
To be clear, it doesn't matter whether football or men's sports or women's sports are making money or losing money. Title IX is a prohibits sex discrimination. It's a civil rights statute. The courts and the law have been extremely clear. Schools can't discriminate against people to make money. They can't discriminate against people to avoid losing money.
The lawsuit seeks damages for the athletes and to bring in a gender equity expert for a full review. In a statement, the University of Oregon said it believes it does comply with Title IX and is, quote, committed to providing a quality, positive experience for all student athletes. And a gas leak in Beaverton today forced people in a dozen homes to evacuate. It took about an hour for crews to find and stop that leak near Southwest Downing Street and 144th. Residents were able to return home after that. Meadow Park Middle School was also notified, and while authorities say there was no threat to the school, as a precaution, students there were kept inside. We are following up tonight on Oregon's biggest school district, which is changing its suspension policy and getting rid of minimum 5-day suspensions for students who get into fights. Thomas Schultz is here. So Thomas, what's going to happen in Portland Public Schools moving forward?
Well, David, instead of suspending students, the district and teachers union agreed to give more support to kids. That'll come through increased rapid response teams who will intervene with students before problems escalate into fights. Then it'll be up to teachers and principals to identify students who may need more support and direct them to counselors, psychologists, social workers, and other support staff. Now there will be 12 rapid response teams instead of 4. They'll be spread throughout the district and respond to situations like fights. And teachers told us today they've seen a rise in students' mental health issues since the pandemic. Along with those rapid response teams, PPS officials say they're looking to ensure all students are disciplined fairly. Educators district-wide will undergo anti-bias training to ensure Black and brown students, along with students with disabilities, are not punished more harshly.
If the students of colors are the ones who are being suspended or, targeted, that means that we have to train our professionals.
Now, despite the added resources, Alvarez says teachers didn't get everything they wanted. Educators were hoping for 36 rapid response staff members to be called when problems began to escalate. They got a third of that. Now, district officials say for years they've been adding more staff in order to give students the mental health resources that they need. David?
Thank you, Thomas. Meanwhile, the district has confirmed it will cut winter break in half to make up some of the lost class time during the recent teacher strike. Now, students will be in school through December 22nd. Winter break was originally set to start a week earlier. Some parents tell us they are just frustrated with that decision.
We have family flying in from the Midwest the weekend before, so we're missing several days of what could have been fun day-to-day excursions. We were hoping to go to the beach. We're probably not going to do that anymore.
Well, some students suggested adding a week of school in June, though district officials explain the lost time needs to be made up in the fall, especially for high schoolers. And coming up on the story, Evan Watson takes a deep dive on the Portland teacher strike. He'll compare what they demanded on day one to what they ended up actually getting after weeks on the picket lines, plus how the funding model for public schools in Oregon is being described as, quote, archaic, and where that's already having some major consequences. That's ahead at 6:30, only on The Story. All right, let's talk about doing business downtown. And as things ebb and flow, some longtime businesses close. It turns out Oregon-born Nike is also part of those changes. Yes, Nike is shutting down its flagship store in the Rose City, but it turns out it's only temporary. Tim Gordon's live downtown. Tim, what's going on here?
Yeah, well, David, here's the deal. Nike is not leaving downtown, but they are going to temporarily close their flagship store, which you can see now that the MAX train has moved by, and they're going to be moving over to Pioneer Place temporarily here at Southwest 5th and Morrison. According to Nike, this is so they can renovate their flagship store here. They say they will close it down this coming spring to do the work. So that's when Nike will move into a space here inside Pioneer Place, a convenient move that keeps Nike very near where people expect them to be downtown. Now, our partners at the Portland Business Journal first reported on this. Reporter Jonathan Bach discovered Nike had applied for a permit with the city of Portland to do some work on 2 floors inside Pioneer Place. And we had to wonder, is this to make a permanent move into the mall? Well, we now know it is not.
So they're going to shift over to Pioneer, basically move across the street, according to the city of Portland, while the Crest Portland flagship store undergoes some renovations.
So for the holiday shopping season, Nike's flagship is open for business, and so is Pioneer Place and other malls, which, by the way, are making a bit of a comeback, especially higher end malls like Pioneer Place and those modernizing the customer experience. Business up 12% in 2022. So that's certainly good news all around. But again, the specific good news is that Nike is not leaving downtown Portland. In fact, it's investing in its location here to make it better for everybody, including customers, when they get that work going in spring of 2024. David, back to you in the studio.
Yeah, that is great news. Tim Gordon downtown. Thank you, Tim.